Good afternoon, sir. Thank you so much for being a part of Thoughts in Education. Uh, we would like to welcome you and thank you for taking out time from your busy schedule. And I would like to start by asking you your basic profile and your background.
Thank you, Mukul.
Yes,
I hope I am audible to all of you.
yes, sir.
Right now, currently, I'm the Vice-Chancellor of APG Shimla University, Shimla. APG Shimla University is one of the leading university of North India, having students from 28 countries and 27 states.
Yes, sir.
And it is located in a very picturesque environment.
Hmm.
And basically, before the APG Shimla University, I was in Indore with the Shage Universities.
Okay.
And I'm a computing guy. Basically, I'm a PhD in computer science and engineering.
Okay,
So
sir.
fundamentally, I'm the computer engineer and computing guy.
Okay, sir. So, as you said that you have held key positions at education institutes throughout your professional career, what are the key factors that keep you connected with the education sector?
See, I am in education since long, and basically, once I see the key factor which drives me in education, say in the leader positions, once we meet the final product, the students, that gives us the main driving force. And I will like to quote two, three examples which you can understand. I will not going to reply as a statesman, but practical things I will like to. I was in London a few
Okay.
years back, and I was with my family, and we, that is in the metro. They call it a tube. So once we were climbing up from the tube to the upstairs, and I was with my family. My kids were asking for some foods, and the moment we up from the tube, somebody came and touched my feet, you see. And then I suddenly understood that who can be in the London, somebody is touching. And then I realized he's my student. And then
Sure.
you see, this is very soothing experience.
Yes,
Similar
sir.
things I have a experience in the Indore airport. I was coming back from Indore to Delhi,
Okay,
and
sir.
a very big convoy of the army was going somewhere. There was a movement,
Yes,
and
sir.
then the commander came and touched my feet, and he said, "Sir, do you recognize me?" I'm like, "No, I am not recognizing, sir. I am your student, and I am such and such a person." And then I came to the monk entombment. So you see, these things are the main driving force in the education. Once we see, I believe thousands and thousands my students have been able to finish their career
Yes, sir.
professionally. They are signing this. Most of my students, some of the students are at the leading positions in few corporates.
Great,
So
sir.
this is the all our driving force.
Yes, sir. Sure, sir. So, being the Vice Chancellor of AP Goyal Shimla University, sir, I would like to ask you what is your methodology and your philosophy of leadership that you follow personally?
See, my philosophy and methodology of leadership is a participatory leadership. Once wherever I work, I I allow to participate in the decision making of HODs, and I mean to say deans and other things. So I strongly believe in participatory management. This is one thing. Then I always look forward to the all stakeholder of the management systems. And in
Yeah.
educational institution, students are one of the major stakeholders. So I used to talk to my staffs, my deans, and head of department, head of the schools, that we must consider the students' say in every
Yeah.
decision. This
Okay,
is
sir.
the way I will like to conclude in one way, that it is a
Mhm.
participatory. Participatory means all the stakeholder, and that is the my key of leadership.
Yeah. So that's a great answer, sir. Next, moving on, sir, I would like to ask you that how does your university ensure the best practices in curriculum throughout the country?
We are there are several based learning and teaching practices at the APG Shimla universities,
Yes, sir.
and that quality speaks, and that's why we have been able to attract students from throughout the world. But
Yes, sir.
a few things which I will like to mention here, once I have taken over the charge of this university,
Yes,
one of
sir.
the very important things which we have implemented is the outcome based education system.
Okay.
Outcome based education system is a new in the India. I have now a couple of the university have also started, but I believe that APG Shimla University is one of the leading university of North India which has implemented full outcome based education system.
Sure, sir.
And this is a very miraculous kind of the steps which we have taken, and it has transformed the education system.
Yeah.
Because you see, once we talk about the quality, quality has no meaning if you are not measuring it. So it
Yeah, sir.
gives you a chance to measure the qualities in the terms of program outcome, in the terms of student outcome. And Mukul, I would like to say, now this is a continuous process. This is very dynamic things, dynamic steps which we have taken.
Yes,
And
sir.
from this semester onwards, we are going to measure the students' outcome. Means to see, we have earlier we were measuring two parameters, course outcome and program outcome at the end of the semester. Now we have incorporated another parameter, that is the students' outcome. How much actually we will set the targets at the start of the, and then what we have achieved. So this is basically has transformed, and I believe this is the best practice which we have done. And we have a very encouraging response from the students. And with this all we are doing through the LMS, Learning Management System.
Yeah.
We have adopted the ADHIC, is a very leading software we have implemented. So
Okay, sir.
there are many practices. We are trying to evolve ourselves as a student-centric. The students' forums are actively participating in the decision of the universities. But I would like to measure thing is a OBE, which we have implemented here.
Yeah. Okay, sir. Sir, apart from this, sir, what do you think your roles and responsibility are to the students, other than being the Vice Chancellor?
Pardon, Mukul, again, what you will like to repeat?
Yes, sir. Sir, I said that what are your roles and responsibilities towards the university, apart from being the Vice Chancellor?
See, I am the Chief Executive Officer as a Vice Chancellor. And as a Vice Chancellor, you are chairing the Academic Council of the university. Academic Council is the apex body of the university.
Yes.
But that is all, a statutory requirement. To be very honest, the main responsibility is that bringing transformation into the students. I know the aspirations of the students. I know the aspirations of our parents who are looking forward to university like us. Mostly the students are joining to us to complete the program and then getting the employment. So I always work on the employability of the students. And this is one factor which I will like to tell you, because I know end of the day, with a degree, they want to come with a flying color. And that is some kind of employment which can give them a career in their next future. So this is the things where I work, and this we have done, because employment will come with employability skills. And so what we have done with all undergraduate program, now first year we are going to call it as a foundation program. And in foundations, we are mainly focusing on the employability skills of the students. We are giving, and this is across the program. You are doing hotel management, you are doing journalism, or whether you are doing engineering, or whether you are doing, general program, management and the engineering. That doesn't matter. Even the architecture, even in the law, what we have done that these are going to be the common modules which will create certain attributes which, as a graduates, students are required to show and prove with the industries. So this is one thing we have worked, and this is going to give a better results in coming time. And then we always focus on skilling the students, means creating an opportunity. I mean to say, the student study is one thing, employability skill is another thing, but there should be a holistic development of the student, which we call it all round. So
Sure.
there should be some sports also, there should be some campus life also, there should be some extracurricular activities also,
Yeah.
there should be some participation in seminar and symposium also. So this is the, as a vice chancellor, this is my responsibility to ensure that best learning and teaching practices are adhered. Side by side, students are giving ample opportunity so that they can evolve themselves as a true professionals.
Sure, sir. Sir, can you please let us know some insights that how AP Goyal Shimla University is welcoming to students from all cultural backgrounds and economic backgrounds that come from throughout the country and maybe from other countries as well?
I believe this is the biggest strength of the APG Shimla University is the cosmopolitan culture. You know,
Yes, sir.
the Himachal is a very peaceful state, and
Yes,
this
sir.
Shimla University is located in a very picturesque view of the Shimla. It is spread over 41.5 hectares land, and very nicely it has been developed, and infrastructure and facilities very unique, and it
Yes,
is
sir.
very you will find always a cool, calm, and smooth environment within the universities, and that attracts the students. This is one thing. Then second thing is that because of the cosmopolitan culture which we have added, there is no discriminations. You sometimes in a country like India, sometimes we heard, though I don't do agree with all these things, but
Yes, sir.
in Shimla especially, it's a very peaceful kind of environment which creates a equal environment, a non-discriminative environment, a cosmopolitan environment, a non-racial environment, which give you a very conducive environment for the education. And that way, the APG Shimla University is very unique and the best destination for the students.
Yeah, sir. So that is really great, sir. Sir, I would like to know, and many students will also be interested to know facts about AP Goyal Shimla University that some people might not know easily.
You mean to say the USP of the APG Shimla University?
Yeah, sir. Basically, yes, sir. USP, the unique points that of the university.
The best which I just now we have discussed, the environment which, because for educations you require to have a very conducive environment. In a
Yes,
very
sir.
noisy and polluted environment that doesn't suit for the education,
Yes, sir.
and you want to study, then of course, and that's why you see the best university like the Oxford and Stafford and other things, that time it were not created in London or in a metropolitan cities. It
Yes,
has
sir.
been even Stanford also,
Yes, sir.
city away from the and in the lap of the Navy. So
Yes, sir.
that is the was strength. And second thing is that once you study in a university where the students are from the 28 countries, the students are from all over India, so that gives you a lot of learning opportunities.
Yeah.
You learn culture, you can learn diversity, you learn to live with the different ethical peoples, and this makes you a true professional. I tell you, once you go to the corporate after passing out from any universities, one of the attributes which corporates looks that you capable to work with the different kind of the people. Sometimes you have been sent to the Korea and Japan, and then on because of the region, because you cannot cope up with the different races, you come out, and that leads to the failure of the project. But
Yeah.
if you study at the APG Simla University, right from the beginning, you get all this training and kind of environment,
Yeah.
which makes you a natural professionals and enable you to work in any environment.
Yeah, sir. Sure, sir. Sir, I would also like to know what are your plans for the next 10 years for the university?
And we told you that in 2019 we have started the outcome-based education systems. Now,
Yes,
in
sir.
same endeavor, we are doing a lot of changes, and because of pandemic COVID-19 also has created a big transformation into
Yes, sir.
higher
Yes, sir.
education sector.
Yes, sir.
We have learned last 6 months that how basically online learning and teaching practices can be carried out, and then optimization of the to say resources and so on. So one of the resolutions which we have taken, that using technology more in a meaningful way. Okay,
Yes,
so we are going to adopt new technology. Once we talk about the technology, it doesn't mean only the hardware. We mean to say
sir.
applications. We mean to say software. We mean to say, the automation system. So
Sure.
this is one which we are going to explore. Have created more smart room classes. We are talking and exploring the more different kind of the gadgets which can be used by the teachers and students in a very meaningful way, so that the best of the education outcome we can achieve. This is one thing. Second
Yes,
thing
sir.
is that we are looking to develop this university as a student-centric university, a university where everything revolves around the students. Once we say that everything evolves around the student, right from the first year to the last year, we are trying to give the best experiences to the students. What and my mission and my motto and my vision for next few years will be that somehow to give the best experience to the end user, and best and last experience to the users. Nothing like that in a few years you have a very consistent and very good way of the learning and teaching practices, and last year there was a bitter experience. So we want to inform the student experiences. And what I want to know, that we want to make our student happy.
Yes, sir.
So we have already started. Once the normalcy will prevail, we we are going to measure the students' happiness index and staff's happiness index as well, because staffs and students are interconnected and interlinked. So we are working on this dream. Let us see how much we are able to achieve.
Yes, sir. So that was really valuable information. Finally, I would like you to please give us some advice to aspiring students and today's youth.
I will like to invite, as I told you, that APG Shimla University is one of the best university of India, situated in very beautiful locations.
Yes, sir.
So all aspiring students, you know that because of the COVID-19, because of the pandemic, there was extraordinary circumstances. I know because of it, you were a bit confused. And even at the parent level, there are some confusions are prevailing. So my advice to all aspirants are that you just overcome with all kind of the confusion. Life you cannot achieve anything in life with the confusion. So I will like to advise you very strongly, very clearly, loudly and largely. Please come out of the confusions and don't defer the decision. You have always look forward. In any professional career, 1 year is a very important, my dear students and my dear parents. So because of some reasons, you are deferring your decision, which way you will lose a year and which later on you will repent for this decision. So what I will like to tell my all aspirants, so come out with all kind of dilemma and aspirations. Life is moving on. Everything is moving on with all, under the circumstances. And APG Shimla University will be the finest destination for all of you. You will see this is more suitable universities and more suitable and conducive environment where you can get a quality education and achieve your goal of your life. Thank you to Mukul and thank you to all of my listeners.
Thank you so much for your golden words and being a part of Collegedunia's campaign Thoughts on Education. I believe that your words will make decision for students a lot easier. Thank you so much, sir, for being a part of this campaign.